All right, so guys and girls, welcome back, and I hope you enjoyed my last tutorial series on the C8 Corvette. And then, if you just tuning into my channel, basically, um, if you want to create the C8 Corvette, you can follow my video series from one all the way till the end. I'm sure you can learn something from it if you follow my videos. So, alright, so to get started with, in this tutorial we're going to be working on, which is going to be the next project, the Bugatti Bolide. And then this is a great car, and it's got a lot of great surfaces. So let's grab a new part here. Let's start by grabbing a new part here, and then we're gonna start by setting up our planes here and adding our sketch pictures. And if you just starting to learn surfacing, just want to learn from the start, you already know some mechanical. Um, yeah, it's going to be part one. So follow this tutorial all the way to the end, and then you're gonna learn some great skills with me, hopefully. Yeah. All right, so to start with any 3D projects here, we're going to need 3Ds. Going to need some pictures, and we need to set up our planes here. So to bring up all these planes here, what I'm going to do is hold Control and then click on all these three planes here and let the Control key go, and then press Show. Right. So now we have all these planes here to work with, and then basically the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add our sketch pictures onto here, and we're going to start with the front plane. So I'm going to click on front plane and press sketch, and then let's drop our sketch image onto this plane here. So I'm going to leave this high resolution blueprint in the description, and then you can cut window snip out all the views that you need. So I already done that. So yeah, so this is the image, this is the blueprint that I'm going to leave in the description, and then you're gonna have to cut it out for yourself. I'm not going to leave it individual because obviously that's very easy to do. Alright, so let's start with the side view. Here I also named them side view, front, top, and back view. I have an import, there you go, back view here. So let's start with the side view here. So drop that in there, and this blueprint is a lot better. We can see the lines here a lot better than another one. We're gonna keep this size as is. We're not going to make it smaller or bigger. We could, but we're just gonna keep it like that for now, and press OK. All right, so that's the front. Well, it says front plane on that one, but actually it's the side view. So so let's click on this side view here, and press normal to profile, and we need to set this exactly on the middle. So I'm going to click on this picture and then just drop it this here for now, and then I'm going to grab a midpoint line. I was going to drop that midpoint from here somewhere around here. Let's go with this much, right? And I'm going to grab some construction line, and not that we need the first line as well, but we need it for now to set up our planes and make sure that everything is going to be symmetrical. So that line goes there, that line goes there. All right, and then we can maybe grab this point here and then set it exactly to touch the two ends, and it does. So we are on that center on that one. Press OK, and of course we want to bring that picture down. So always setting the bottom of the vehicle onto that line. So drop that on that line. Something like that. Okay, and then looks pretty standard to me, and that should be fine. Press OK, and then let's cut these construction lines here, and then maybe we can cut this one as well. We don't need lines hanging around for nothing. All right, so let's grab this front well, side view plane. It's called front plane, but and then just let's pull it out to about something like that, so we can grab onto it easy when we need to. All right, so that completes the side, inserting the side view of our blueprint. And now let's insert our top plane, top view of top picture. So make a sketch on that, and then let's get the top view, which is right here. Okay, let's press normal to profile. Yeah, so we should have kept the lines here, so that would have helped us. So let's do a Control Z here until we get those lines back. That's fantastic. Okay, and then exit the sketch, and then I'm just going to grab a 3D sketch, center line, right? And I want to be on the Y and Z axis here. Y and Z. So press the tab bar on your keyboard to change from axis, and then let's grab another center line here. All right. Okay, so now let's drop to that top plane, make a sketch on the top plane, and then let's drop our top view here. And we already have these lines here, and then we can see where our car needs to be. Obviously, it needs to be on the center with this line here. And we want to be touching those two lines are in the same proportion, so that looks good. And then we just want to center it. We want to center it in this direction. So basically, setting up your planes and your sketch pictures is the most crucial, obviously, because that will determine everything in your design. So all your surfaces and splines will be determined by how good you set up your uh, planes and the sketch pictures. So basically, the more time you spend with it, the better. I'll bring this a little bit forward, center it a little bit better. And you can try and find for yourself the best centering reference points on the picture. So that looks good to me so far. All right, and then okay, so basically this next thing is going to be adding our front view and the back view. So for the back view, let's turn this line into a construction line first. Is it construction line yet? Construction line. Well, let's exit first. and edit sketch and turn this into a construction line. Now it's a construction line. Good. Okay, so right. So for the back view, I'm going to add a plane. So let's click on the plane here, the plane icon. If you don't have the icon, you can grab it from the shortcut commands. So to add the plane, click on the line first and click on the point, and that will drop it right at the back of that whole thing. So first, okay. All right, and then let's drop that rear view sketch picture onto this plane. So click on the plane and press sketch, and let's grab that image. So it's going to be here, this one. All right, looks good. Okay, and then we're just going to press normal to profile, and then yeah, that's basically this line here is the bottom of the vehicle, obviously. So we want to be centered in this way. We can also use this part here, which is really good. So let's center that as best as we can. Right. So for now, that's that. But obviously, it's not finished yet because we need to set some planes, a plane up here just to check reference everything here. All right. So let's leave this sketch here as is. And then we're going to make a sketch on the top plane, but first let's just tidy up these plane points here. All right, that looks a little bit better. Okay, and to check the references and that this picture is completely symmetrical with everything else, we're gonna have to make a sketch on this plane here to make a plane. So let's get on this plane here and make a sketch, normal to profile. Well, we're not on that plane. Sorry, this lower top plane and normal to profile. And of course, I'm going to grab a center line here, and I'm gonna go from this. So basically, it's almost like a camera view. I'm gonna look in diagonal, right? So drop that construction line there, and exit the sketch. And then we're going to grab this plane and then click on this line and the point. And then now we're going to make a sketch on this plane that we just created. All right. So basically, we're gonna draw some lines to make sure that we are completely straight and centered. Let's go from this top circle here. That's the top of that wheel, and that looks pretty good. So I'm going to exit that one. I'm going to sketch that line, and we're just gonna check another one on the bottom of the tire, and that looks pretty straight. So I'm gonna leave that as well. And then let's check another one. Check the top of this vehicle with this one here, and that is pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good actually. And then what else we can check? Yeah, so basically that it. I mean, we can also check the wings here. the top of this wing, and that's pretty straight on the other one as well, so that's good. So that's how you check that things are symmetrical here. So exit the sketch, and we're going to delete the plane and then delete the line. All right, so now we have to add another plane, and we're going to add this plane somewhere here, close to the um, somewhere here from the windshield, starting off the windshield, not in the side. It could be on you could add that to the side. Some people add it straight on the front. um, it really doesn't matter, because that won't make any difference if you add this view either in the front or in the middle. But it's going to add it in the windshield here. So let's grab a plane, and then we're going to make this plane from here, and hold spacebar to get into a nice view here. And I'm just going to go up with this one. Obviously I want to flip the offset, and then go all the way, not all the way, so let's try 45, 46, and then 46 looks pretty good, so stay with that. Okay, so we're not going to use this plane here, so we're going to hide that. All right, plane 3, plane 3. Okay, plane 3, and plane 3 is going to be right. So plane 3 is going to be the front view, right? Call it front. Okay. All right, so that's going to be our front view, and we're not using this plane here at all. All right, so let's make a sketch on this plane here that we just created. Let's make a sketch, and let's drop that image on there. That's going to be our front view, which is the one of the important ones. That's a picture right there. Okay, let's get into view from this angle here, and let's get that down that center, right on that edge. All right, so okay, so that looks pretty center to me. Go up here and check. Yeah, that's quite center. All right, and then so like I was saying, some people like to put this in the front, but it really doesn't matter. All right, and just to be sure about everything, we're going to do the same thing that we did with this one, just to check. All right, so jump in here, make a sketch on that plane, but first exit this one and make a sketch on this plane. Okay, sketch and normal to profile. Okay, exit the sketch, and let's drop that plane onto this line here. and let's make a sketch on this plane. Okay, so let's zoom in, and then now we can check the top of that rim here on this rear view. It's a rear wheel or something there, and it's perfectly lining up with that one. Now let's check the roof scoop. Check the roof scoop here. The roof scoop looks good. And let's now check the low bottom of the tire, and that's lining up perfectly. So we're looking good. Exit the sketch, and then let's delete that plane. Let's delete this plane, and let's delete these lines. And then let's delete these lines. Oh, we shouldn't. Let's just go back. Let's do a Control Z, and that drops it right back. No issue at all. So let's come in here and edit the sketch, and let's try and cut them, and without picking up an issue, we did it. Okay, so we're gonna leave those lines. So Control Z and Control C and Control C. All right, everything is back to normal. All right, guys. So things are lining up pretty good for us. So let's just double check from this view here. 3D sketch, center line, and that's lining up perfectly. Perfect, because obviously this has a curve into it, and it's lining up with that one as well. And let's just make sure it's that one lining up as well. The top of the wing, it's perfectly lining up. Okay, we're absolutely good. So exit the sketch, and then the size of the planes are good, except this one here. Let's just pull it here. Okay, that looks good. All right. So once we have the pictures set up, we're just gonna go and add a display state. It's very important because uh, we want to have a display state where none of these are present. So once we start creating our surfaces, we can just click over to our second display state and see our surfaces. All right. So if we jump over to this configuration manager icon here, and come down here and do a right click, and then do a right click and press add display state. So that's our display state 2. Right now we are on display state 1, so let's click over to the second display state. All right, and then once we're in the second display state, we can start hiding some stuff here, right? So let's hide this one here, this one, this one, this one's all right. And then let's hide some of the planes as well. We can leave these planes here because we can use them to move around and press normal to profile. All right, so this is red plane here. All right, so let's jump back to display state 1 now. So in display state 1 we have our sketch pictures here, so we can just switch between the two. Okay, so that's fantastic, guys. Yeah, so if you're just tuning into my channel, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow my videos, and then let's build this beast together. I mean, this car is amazing. I have some amazing images, amazing pictures of this car, and then we're gonna build it together. All right, guys. Thanks very much. See you in the next tutorial.